To a 1-1 draw by Black Rhinos. We used to call him Jemba Jemba. We still call him Jemba Jemba. A winner with the Premiership title back in 2009 when he was playing for Ghana. He is Terence Malunga. Yes, Jemba Jemba. It's always good when you're around.
It's always a pleasure being here, and obviously good afternoon. I hope the island will be actually have to be open. I mean, we have these three giants, like you've just said it. They're having a really torrid time. It's quite torrid, and I know the influence of big might have changed the face of our football, but it's what we're looking forward to. I mean, they also have to work up, not just in the field of play, but entirely in how they go about their business.
That's
because
right.
These are the three clubs that all have I mean, for the longest time kept our football alive.
Okay.
And it would be quite deplorable to see them just slumbering, and obviously with where Dynamos is sitting right now, it's not a really good place.
That's right. Yes, when Dynamos or Highlanders or Caps United sneeze, the rest of Zimbabwe football catch a cold. We'll have to find out what will happen. We are, like I said, in the oldest high-density suburb of Zimbabwe. The first high-density suburb, Mumhari. That's where the action is headed. That's where Dynamos were formed back in 1963. Can they do the turnaround today? Because they are having their worst start since 2018. They have lost the last 3 games. They lost to Manica Diamonds. They lost to Chicken. They lost to Moors. Can they lose again to Qwekwe United, the Gold Boys? Well, the Gold Boys, they also want to maybe to bounce back, because remember last time out, they did not travel to Bata Stadium, their home in Gweru, where they were being awaited by travelers, rentals, the students. In that case, is going before the disciplinary committee of the Premier Soccer League on Monday, the 5th. That's next Monday, not this one. The next Monday, to find out, well, the norm usually is that rentals would be awarded the game on a 3-0 scoreline. And, well, let's wait and find out. Right, here is how the two teams arrived at Rufaro Stadium for this, yes, we can say a big clash, because these two teams definitely need 3 points. And yes, first to arrive, Dinamo Dimbare and Chief Justice Majavi. Well, it is a familiar sight. You disembarking from the bus. And what happens, Chief Justice? 3 games that Dynamos have lost, and this one, it's a must-win game, but it's going to be a tricky one. You tell us, Chief.
No, it's quite a difficult game for Dynamos. You can see the players, the faces can tell you.
The body language.
The body language. It can tell you how motivated they are. It's less, and you find there's no morale, and they're just going to fulfill the fixture for me. But winning, it will be another thing. Of course, they are playing at Rufaro, but there are certain things which are missing here. You can see, of course, very good. Everyone.
Dressing room, at least this dressing room is lit up, Chief Justice.
Of course, you can see it's beautiful anyway. So the colors are coming up, Agema is there as well, and the stadium is quite empty. Maybe this time, it's almost to 3. So it could be at least half.
And the Gold Boys, well, it's not all gold that glitters. Maybe somebody who came up with that saying would have had these guys in mind, because it's not glittering at all for the Gold Boys, Jemba.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, questions have to be asked in terms of our club licensing system. If in any case, what we are hearing is what's really transpiring. It then bogs the question how they actually got the license to be playing. If we are hearing what we are hearing, that they had owings to the players and all that.
Yeah, dressing room, Jemba, let's have a look at this one.
Yeah, pretty
splendid as well, eh?
Yeah, pretty splendid, and hopefully this
glittering like
the
gold
itself. Yeah, and really hoping. I mean, I've seen senior players in the team, and obviously with those senior players, you tend to have a little bit of stability, which we hope it has to translate into positive results. But most importantly, I mean, the house has to be has to be put in order.
Yes, those experienced players that Jemba is talking about. Remember the guy we used to call Mudimbare? Masimba Mudimbare Mambare. He's no longer a Dimbare, so we're going to have to find a new nickname for him. He's now at Qwekwe United, the Gold Boys. And remember the guy we still call him Bora. He could make, because he could make the ball do anything. Allen Gadzikwa is the much-traveled Allen Gadzikwa. He is there as well. And Dynamos as well. Yes, we are looking at the captain. Is Dynamo Dimbare, of course, led by their captain Kapopi. That's Emmanuel Jalai. They also have Shadrach Nyahwa. They also have that Ghanaian Agmeyang, Frank Agmeyang. They will be looking for the Dynamo supporters for him to get the goals. And Chief, let's not beat about the bush. Goals is what Agmeyang has to deliver today.
Yeah, sure. You know, if you look at his games, he's quite a good player, quite a good one. And what Lex now is finishing, I would also come back a little bit. If you see the supply, you know, it's what is needed. You need more of efficient supply.
There's Kapopi there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's leading by example. He has just gained his confidence as well.
That's right.
You know, from if you look his games at Dynamos and also for the national team, he's done so well so far. Yeah, coming back to Frank, you know, what's lacking in him are the goals. But I thought of a positional. His position, I think, is the way they are using him is not quite the exact position for him. He's not an outright number 9. I think he's a player who can come deep, collecting the ball going forward, or maybe switch wings. This is how he can. We might give him a tall order to say he sticks as number 9, bringing goals. Maybe he is such a player who can come in deep, collect the ball and go forward. Of course, there are a lot of missing links in Dynamos.
But he's a good Frank Agmeyang.
Yes.
He's a good forward, isn't he?
Yeah, very good one, very good. Even if you look at the movement, he's not scared. He puts the ball. You see, many players are not confident enough to put the ball on the chest, but he does it well in many times, and you can see his ability, and he just needs a lot of support from the team. Maybe also a complementary partner who can just complement all his works.
Yeah. Well, this team here, yes, you will know that they have won the league the most times than any other Zimbabwe football club, 21, a whopping 21 times. And they won that their first league title after they had been formed in 1963, came in and won the league. And they've won it here. And won it 4 times in a row, remember, twice actually, 80, 81, 82, 83. And then 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, the most successful club. But things are just not happening. And, Chief Justice Majavi will know about it when the Chiefs are down. What did he have to do as a captain? We'll be going back to him. But now let's just find out from Jemba. He knows all about winning the league title. He won that back in 2009. The Gold Boys were warming up. And I did say that they have those experienced 3 guys. Masimba Mambare, well, no longer Dimbare. Alan Bora Gadzikwa and Dennis the Menace Dauda. Do you remember him? The soccer star of the year in 2014. And Jemba. Well, it's not all gold that glitters. Well, we'll have to find out. Maybe they might change that saying to say it's all gold that glitters today.
Well, hope it happens. I mean, look at the team. The team looks evenly balanced with a little bit of experience and obviously young talent. I mean, you would really fancy them to have had a good start. I mean, with what we saw them doing last year in the central region. I mean, the run that they had, I thought probably they were going to have a brilliant start. But obviously, I mean, the other challenge that they had is they started a little bit late in terms of that preparation also. I mean, emanating from the financial wars, which in any case would have really had the nudge on their ultimate preparation. which is what we are seeing right now. I mean, football is just one thing. It's just preparation. And if you fail to prepare adequately, you definitely, at some point, I mean, be so exposed like we see right now. But looking at them coming in today, we have seen them, at least kudos their hair. I mean, we would have had them. Yeah, I mean, another one of those that they couldn't travel. At least a beautiful thing that they're here, which is a positive to our football. We always want all these teams to participate and to fully participate, not just participate, to competently. They have got a competent team, which we hope it has to really, I mean, come to the party today.
That's right. You know, what I want you to do, if you are backing Qwekwe United, if you're not supporting Dynamos at all, watch out for the Qwekwe United number 6. Number 6. You know why? He is a Pasua. Yes, the son of former Dynamos head coach Kalisto Manabun Pasua. So just watch out. The Qwekwe United number 6. Mwana wa Manabuniye. Right. Our crew also talked to the 2 head coaches. First, they had a word with the under fire Dynamos head coach Mablanyo Lloyd Chigoe, and this is what he had to say.
Everybody brings their A game when they play Dynamos. Everybody brings their A game when they play Dynamos. So we've prepared thoroughly and adequately as is possible. Yeah, I cannot run away from the fact that the pressure is there. And worse when you have not won in the last 3 games. But what I would say is that the boys have given their all, and if you look at it, we've conceded just 1 goal, and that game is decided. So we've tried to work on those shortcomings and believe that if we turn the corner today, then we've got a good short future.
We are here for one mission. We want, if they allow us, to collecting 3 points. You know, playing Dynamos is one thing that motivates any player, Zimbabwe over. And we are here. We did our preparations, and I think we did them well. And we are here to fighting. If Dynamos are going to winning, then they will have done a good run for their money. What has been happening, which is true, has taken a toll on, you know, the quality of team that we had when we began. But fine, like I said, there's nothing that is as motivating as playing Dynamos. And the players said, money or no money, let's go play against Dynamos. Maybe one day we'll be employed there. Dynamos are a big team, and this is the chance that Zimbabwe over will see what we are made up of.
Right, that was Madzibaba, that's what we call him, Sol Chaminuka. Now, watch out again for number 5 of Qwekwe United. Why? He is the son of Sol Chaminuka Madzibaba, the head coach. So, you've got 2 sons of great coaches, former Warriors coaches. Number 5, Sol Chaminuka Jr. And number 6 is Tatenda Pasua. But Tatenda Pasua is starting on the bench. But number 5, Sol Chaminuka Jr. will be starting and is in the starting lineup. So it promises to be quite something, doesn't it? 2 teams. It's a must-win game for both teams. Otherwise, they might be gone with the wind. When was that produced? Way back. They say the greatest Hollywood film ever produced, ever made. Gone with the wind. And Dynamos or Qwekwe United won't want to be associated with that. Dynamos in 14th position. Qwekwe United anchored the standings, 18th position. So, Chief Justice, your prediction.
You know, it's always tough, especially look at the position of Qwekwe United, and now they're playing against Dynamos. We heard the coach saying they are motivated against Dynamos, and you find that they fulfilled the fixture. They came to Rufaro, but they failed to travel 54 kilometers from to Gwero.
So, Dynamo,
yes,
that's what
they
you
were
say.
motivated. You know, I
Well
also
motivated.
yeah, well motivated. I saw, you know.
Yeah, look at that. That's motivation for you, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's quite a tricky game for Dynamos. It's not easy, and relatively he have put a stronger squad. Yeah, you can see him. I also watched. I was just looking at their technical team. It has got quite a number of some names there. I saw Pio Mija is there with them.
Yes.
Limited Chikafa is with them as well.
Yes.
As the team manager. So it's not.
The great Qwekwe United
Yeah, so
striker, Limited Chikop. He's the manager.
He is the manager.
He's the
Yeah.
manager
So
of
you know,
Qwekwe
you can
United.
see it's maybe they can be having problems with finances and so forth. But as a team, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. They've got some experiences there. So they're going to give in a lot. Mumhari played there for Dynamos as well. He has got a history.
Yes, he will know.
And you have seen the son of Pasua. He's also there. So this is quite a big one.
It's a strong squad on paper, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very strong squad. You know, Alan Gadzikwa as well, and if you look at it, you know, going into this game, there's also much pressure at Dynamos. They are not getting results. The coach said it. We are not getting what we want, but getting into this game, you know, also against this side.
So your prediction, Chief Justice, before I get Jemba's prediction.
No, I want to stay with the 2-1 for Dynamos. I think,
I thought for a moment, you know what? I thought for a moment as we see the action from the stands, I thought for a moment Chief Justice was going to say, I'm giving it 2-1 to Qwekwe United. That would have been the day, eh? Angaska babude kupapa na papa ZBC upapoke zero. Atungobuda pa get zone. What did you Anyway, 2-1 for Dimbare from Chief Justice Majavi, their former captain. Let's find out from Jemba.
Well, I'm seeing a draw. These are two teams. Yeah, these are two teams who are bringing their all into this match, and we're looking at the squads and how they are all positioned. I would have to go with the draw.
You're going for a 1-1? No, is it 1-1?
Well, yeah, pretty slim. Maybe a 1-1 or new O.
Oh, 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So I have to butt in here as we see the stands. You remember Chief said 2-1 Dimbare, Jemba 1-1 draw. So I'm gonna go 2-1 the Gold Boys, Qwekwe United. So we will be crossing over there to Rufaro Stadium to join. Well, we will be going a little bit later, but just to talk about quickly, let's just digress. Yesterday, as I wonder what are the thoughts going through those supporters' minds. Well, the Highlander supporters, at least yesterday, they heaved a sigh of relief. They batted an eyelid. Did they go back into that deep slumber? I don't know, but at least they managed to hold high flying tail 1 to a 1-1 draw. And of course, the heavier huge sigh of relief came from Rufaro Stadium, where Makepe, the Green Machine supporters, you know, a deep breath, they won 1-0. And Chief Justice, just to digress a little bit, Qwekwe United needed that win yesterday.
Yeah, of course. I watched from the beginning. Qwekwe United, they are not a bad side, to be fair. And it was just unlucky they were not getting the result they wanted. And at the same time, I think Jemba mentioned before when he spoke about the big three. Yeah.
Okay, Chief Justice, sorry, I have to butt in. Because this is the oldest identity suburb in Zimbabwe, Rufaro Stadium. Let's cross over to Rufaro Stadium and join DJ Stanley Katsande in the commentary box. Dynamo Dimbare taking on the Gold Boys. We'll be talking to you at halftime. Okay, we're just waiting to connect there with DJ, and the national anthem will be coming through any time from now as we take a look at the Dynamos lineup. And you can see there just a shot a while ago. The shortest man on the pitch is their captain, Kapopi Emmanuel Jalai, but he is the best player at Dynamos right now. And of course, Qwekwe United awash with those experienced players. We did say the Masimba Mambari, Alan Gadzikwa, Dennis Dauda, those are some of the experienced players. Limited Chikafa, while no longer playing, was a menacing forward for Caps United, you will know, and he's now the manager. Right, the national anthem.
That was the national anthem, Guy Kombore Renyika Zimbabwe, as the two teams are now going across to meet each other with Qwekwe United, led there by their captain, veteran, that looks like Dauda, who is leading the team here. And Qwekwe United, I must say that they come here, with a bit of experience. And of course, they've tried to mix it with some youth in the side as well. So Taminuka, the man in charge, has decided to rope in a few experienced players so that, they don't get overawed by the occasion. And hopefully he'll be able to steady the ship so that they stay in the Premier League. And then next season, they can embark on the next chapter of finding more youngsters to try and get the team to play for a much longer time. Referee for the afternoon, thanks Nyahuye. The lady in the middle, she's a member of the Air Force. And here today conducting the proceedings. She will have some assistance in the form of Kafajo Nkala as the first assistant referee. And then Pride Kusosa, son to Nelson Kusosa, who is now a match commissioner. Very interesting to find that, our children are trying to follow in the footsteps of their parents. And then Surusunungo Komtero, the fourth match official, with Hasmon Zingoma, the man in charge, as the match commissioner. And very good afternoon to my match analyst, Joe Nkani. Good afternoon, Joe, and welcome.
Good afternoon, Stanley, and thank you so much. It's good to be here to witness two teams that are playing out of the relegation zone. We are witnessing Dynamos who are placed 15th, and hosting Qwekwe United, who have come in all the way from the Midlands, who are currently positioned 13th. And the two teams are here to outdo each other and guide themselves out of the relegation zone. So we wait to see which team is going to prevail this afternoon, but we are coming here to see teams that haven't been scoring that much. If you look at Dynamos have lost 3 games in the last 5 games, and they've been conceding by 1 solitary goal, as it were. So Dynamos here is a team that is not scoring, but they are not bad defensively. They're actually doing a good work at the back. So we hope today they'll unlock the password that can open up the floodgates and get more goals out of this game.
Hopefully that's the case, because when you look at their points tally, it defies their position on the log. Here is the Dynamos outfit, changing goalkeeper. Wilson Makoni takes over from Tafire Mutsa, but they've got the rest of the players. I think they're in their places. Emmanuel Jalai, the captain, still operating on the right-hand side of defense. Shadrach Nyawa, scorer of the goal that gave them victory a few weeks back, still in the side. Tatenda Chikona, Telmo Pio, Keith Madera, and Frank Agemang. I think he is due a goal now. He hasn't scored a goal for Dimbare, despite being the tip of the spear for the Glamour Boys here at Rufaro Stadium. Well, Tafazo Mzenda sits on the bench. Robert Muchapa and a few others who have been lined up in the defense. And Lennon Godese takes charge in goals for Qwekwe United and Tarwinga Andile. And they do have Dennis Dauda, the former soccer star of the year, former Cape United defender and Yada as well. And then they've got Alan Gadzikwa and Kin Mambare. And those are very experienced players this afternoon. So Chaminuka knows all about how things are handled at this level. Let's wait and see if he can get this job done against a very popular team. But unfortunately, talking of popularity, they are not very popular this particular afternoon. But I know that millions are listening and watching carefully to try and see if their team is back on the ascendancy.
Yes, Dynamos is one of the largest crowd pullers in the local football. And today we are witnessing a crowd that is not maybe Dynamos-like, but we hope maybe some more fans are coming, still finding their way to the Rufaro Stadium. But definitely a low crowd by Dynamo standards.
Oh, yes, indeed, a low crowd by Dynamo standards as we wait now. Gadzikwa tries to play the ball forward, and this one rolls kindly all the way back to the goalkeeper, Makoni, the man who's been entrusted by Lloyd Chigove and Mark Mate to take charge of proceedings in between the sticks. Here is Mandivei playing a long ball away, and this one taken down neatly. As Dynamos now are trying to establish some form of control. It comes back to Magwaza. Here is Jalai, the skipper, taking out Teo with a long searching ball, neatly brought down by Jalai. Oh, lovely control from the captain. Dummies once. Will he get the cross? No, he gets a corner. But my word, some form of good control there from a defender for that matter. Chested it down well, but he couldn't produce the corner that these gentlemen wanted to see. That's Mark Mate on the near side, nearest your picture, along and to him, his left is Lloyd Chigove. So corner kick to Dimbare, and thanks Nyahuye, the lady in charge of proceedings, as we confirm the scoreline here at Rufaro Stadium. A poultry crowd, I must say, but Dynamo standards. Under normal circumstances, these stands will be full. But today is not the case. The corner is taken long. The header comes in. Still commotion in the area. Cleared away. And finally, Pio will head this one forward. And a chance for Dimbare. And the goalkeeper does well to save. Corner kick. According to the near side. Oh, it's offside. Yes, the hand is up. But of course, the referee, the goalkeeper rather, was kicked in the mid-rib, and hopefully it's nothing serious. Yeah, I'm talking about Lennon Gonese. Wow, he landed awkwardly there.
Awkward. It looks like he landed on the ball.
But even the challenge there was very close. Agemang, who we talked about being overdue a goal for Dimbare, probably the pressure is also getting to him. And it will be a muscle injury on his thigh. I thought that he was given a kick in the ribs, which would have been very, very complicated situation for Qwekwe United. United lost 3-0 last weekend after they failed to turn up for a home fixture. There were issues of, I think, finance, but I'm sure it's all sorted out as they have come all the way from Qwekwe to Harare to come and play in this particular encounter. And I must say that, well, the referee, the goalkeeper looks like he is about to get up as the medics are finalizing the treatment on the young goalkeeper, Lennon Godense, born in 1999, still very much a greenhorn when it comes to his age in football. And referee orders the match to start once again, and he's asking players to remove the other match balls because the players started knocking the ball around, just trying to keep themselves fit.
Yes, yeah, I noticed that players had actually called for more balls just to be kicking them around so that they don't go cold, since they actually warmed up for the game and they were in the groove to continue the game. So you don't want to have that lapse in your fitness and in your heat in the moment.
Yes, there is Gonese playing it forward, headed on by Masima Mumhari. He looks dangerous, drops the ball neatly down. Mumhari once again, and across. That one goes straight to the goalkeeper. And this one again carelessly played into touch. That will be a throw in to Qwekwe United, picked up in the middle of the park. Dennis Dauda was the man, guided it backwards. He finds Gonese. On the near side is Katifu. They play forward. Mumhari once again. They bring it down, but Mumhari with Magwaza will collect. This one laid all the way back to the goalkeeper. Finding Magwaza once more. Here's Nyawa. Shadrack Nyawa asking for more support in the middle of the park. Magwaza turns away from his marker. 0-0 if you're joining us for the first time. Mumhari tried to go forward, but again, blatant handball there by Qwekwe United. That's Nyasa Songweme. Very lucky that the referee has taken kindly to that one. It could easily have been a yellow card there, Joe.
Yeah, you know, he kicked the ball away, and also even the handball appeared as if it was deliberate. But of course, the referee was lenient in that case, and of course, maybe giving him a chance to redeem himself.
Yes, indeed, given a chance to redeem himself as the ball is played away. Into touch, quickly taken for a throw. Mumhari trying to work their way from the back. Magwaza collects. Teo juggles the ball from one foot to the other. Finds Jalai. He dummies it well, and here comes Agemang. Agemang brought down edge of the area. Referee says play on. Mumhari have just one possession once again, and this shot is blocked from Kadonzo. Now Shadrack Nyawa bitten to the ball there as they go forward. This is Qwekwe United, and picked up on the near side. Songweme getting the ball in, but too far ahead of the intended target. Finally, desperately cleared away by Mumhari. They took too long to settle out the mess here. Very nearly paid for it. But in the end, that's all Chaminuka, former Black Mambas player. Long throw. Here it comes to Songweme. Good looking cross. Glanced away. And they'll pick it up once again from the far side. Danger here for Mumhari. And easily taken away from him. He's looking for Agemang all alone in the back. There is Dauda who guides it back. And the goalkeeper taking his time to clear the danger. Looked like he was actually toying around with the strikers, the Dynamos strikers, who are under pressure to start scoring goals here. The defense looks to be doing well, led by Captain Jalai. This one brought down to Nyahwa. Good block, and the referee thinks that's dangerous. There's a shake of hands.
That was a high boot. Yeah.
Very high boot indeed,
high
coming
boot
from Dennis Dauda. That's the ref indicating that you play to my whistle. As she moves back the one-man Qwekwe wall before this kick can be taken. 0-0 the scoreline, 8 minutes played. Zimbabwe with more of the possession at the moment. And this one goes out of play for a Dynamos throw in. And it's going to be taken by Valentine Kadonzo. Kadonzo looks one way, throws forward, finding Agyemang Frank, tightly monitored. And he takes it away, but I think he impeded a defender, so the ref quite rightly awards a free kick to Qwekwe United, who are playing from right to left. They're defending the Mbare end and attacking the city end, while Zimbabwe are defending that city end and attacking the Mbare end. Free kick to be taken by Gonese Lennon, the Qwekwe goalminder. He plays it long over the halfway line, and Dynamos stand firm in defense. This one should go all the way back to Gonese, who is now waving his players upfield. It's a long one, made by Magwaza, making sure it's safe, but a bit of a ding-dong affair. This one falls kindly for Agyemang, who tried to play a pass, and here it comes now to Dimbare. Good control, Nyawa to Kadonzo on the far side. A good looking cross inside the area. What a wonderful header. Good clearance header from Qwekwe United. And here they come once again, but this one taken away by Mandife, who finds Magwaza quite easily. Dimbare still holding the long end of the stick. Now the captain in possession. Lovely ball played through. The chest down didn't work out well. And in the end, the referee waves play on, saying I think the ball was too close to the player, and they could not avoid handling it. As play continues now, Qwekwe United on the far side, and this one rolls out of play. This will be
I think that's one thing that many people don't realize or understand, that yes, a ball could actually be in contact with your hand, but it might not be given as a handball because of the distance of the flight of the ball up to your arm. So in that case, the referee didn't give a handball to Dynamos because the ball had a short flight to hit the arm. So not every ball that has contact with the hand becomes a handball.
Exactly. As once again, Qwekwe United are executing their offside trips very effectively. Here they come now with their goalkeeper Gonese set to clear. Part of the crowd in the stands enjoying themselves. And one that catches my eye is the one in a Liverpool jersey. There will be champions today if they manage to avoid defeat at Anfield. They are playing Tottenham Hotspur. Throwing Nyasha Songweme. Easily taken away by Gadzikwa, the veteran. This one rolls into touch. Of course, Gadzikwa is the captain. Nyawa turns away from his marker. Here's Mandive. Dimbare coming through now. There's a long ball forward. And this one goes out of play. Dimbare could not take full advantage as the ball rolls out of play. Tatenda Chikona not very attentive. But these fans here are loving every minute of it. Why not? Their team is looking very promising. Well, another Liverpoolian in the stands.
And a Barcelona fan in the stands there.
Yeah.
So just brings you the color to the stadium. You know, it shows that people follow football, and of course different leagues, but all the same, it's football that puts people together.
Exactly. And it also shows that we are learning from other leagues by watching them, so that we also improve our own football. Here is Gadzikwa. A lovely ball played through. Chance here for them, and Qwekwe United laying up a short kick, blocked once again, and this one is picked up by Mumhari, and referee says play on. The goalkeeper had come off his line, and some quick thinking there from the Qwekwe midfielder, very nearly punishing them. That Pasua. And that one sailed over the bar for a goal kick. Here comes Magwaza, finding his captain, Jalai, playing it for his young striker, Keith Madeira.
The ball was adjudged to have crossed the line in his flight, so it was given as a throw in to Qwekwe United by the near side assistant referee.
Yes, play continues. Andile Taringa plays it backwards to the wrong man. Dimbare will pick it up now and blocked once again. Here's a chance for them to come through. Madeira was in the wrong place. Ball is played on the near side. Jalai takes it away. The tackle from Saungweme. Qwekwe United looking a bit dazzling. This is Gadzikwa Allen, who plays the ball to the near side. Neatly brought down by Mumhari. Here they will be coming now. Mumhari turns one way, clips it forward. And the dummy is giving away possession. Now Dimbare can go forward. And here's Valentine Kadonzo, turns forwards. Agemang all by himself. Agemang turns away, no support for him. Clips it forward in the Madeira! Just wide. That was Chikona rather. Decided to use an out for Dynamos, threatening there, very close to a goal. But it's only a goal kick, and these fans were nearly jerked out of their seats.
Nearly jerked out of their seats there, as we see there at Meyang, sending a delightful cross into the center, and of course the connection was not proper. He laced it with his outside boot, and of course he missed target there. Of course the keeper would argue that he had covered it very well, but had it been a stinger from Chikona, it would have troubled Qwekwe goalkeeper Lennon Gonese.
Certainly Lennon Gonese had a few anxious moments. This young man in your picture, if he had made the right decision, he could have beaten this jersey number 30, Lennon Gonese, who is down once again. That muscle still giving him problems. And in the meantime, the Qwekwe players are getting some instructions from their coach. And the fans are having their snacks of Nzungu, Nimo, you name it. They're enjoying themselves in the stands.
And you see couples coming to a game of football, which is a pleasant sight to see, Stanley, because football is actually a family sport. Anyone and everyone is welcome to come and watch the local game, and any game and any league anyway. Football is a beautiful game.
Certainly it's a beautiful game. That's the beauty that the late Pelé found in football, that it can be watched by all ages, by all sexes. Another glimpse into the VIP stands as they enjoy the game here at Rufaro Stadium. This one picked up by Saungweme, and he takes it away. There, here's Saungweme, good turn. Back to Qwekwe United. They lose possession. Agemang beats his marker. Peel will pick it up for Dimbare. Batizo clips it forward in the area, beaten in the air there by the Qwekwe defense. Play continues, said the referee, but two players are down with head injuries.
Yes, yeah, I think.
And I'm sure thanks Nyahuye should blow to stop play, because those head injuries are mandatory, that we should stop play. And it looks like Agemang is one of the players, and it looks like Danny Dauda is the other. Let's wait and see. And I think that's one point whereby I have a bit of blame on the match referee for not blowing almost immediately. Yes. After the two players clearly indicated that the injuries were head injuries.
Yes, I agree with you, Stanley. I think the referee tried to allow play to go on, but in the process he denied the two players an opportunity to get immediate medical attention, because the football protocols are suggesting that whenever, look at that, they went for the ball and there was a clash of the heads, and it's very unfortunate. As you can see once more, it was a clash of the heads, and the referee at that particular point, look at the angle, the action was actually right in her face. You would expect him to spot it right away and immediately call for attention to be rendered to the two players affected.
Yes, indeed, and let's hope that as the game progresses, such errors will be eliminated. Thanks, Nyahuye. Now to restart the game with a drop ball. She's calling for it, and looks like no one is interested. She's all alone on the far side as she's about to restart with a drop ball. And she reckons Dynamos had possession, and these fans will be happy about that, judging by the colors that they are wearing. Mandivei, Magwaza, Nyawa, back to the captain, Jalai. Good block there coming from Qwekwe United. And this one is gone out of play. But the Qwekwe United experience is actually showing, because Mumhari, Gadzikwa and Dauda are doing the right things. And then now the referee's attention being drawn to the fact that the two injured players should come back. We still have fans coming into the stadium here. Who knows? Maybe by halftime the crowd will have swelled to reasonable numbers. But it's on. Drifts forward. Plays the ball forward, but some good timing. And this one has gone out of play for a throw-in from the far side. The Dynamos youngster Kwatizo playing at left back. So far doing a good job. This time around is taken away from him. Here's a massive clearance from Qwekwe United. They pick it up on Mumhari. But this one goes all the way back to Mandivei. And the ref stops play because there's another injury to the head.
Yes, that's Maxwell Murimba.
Murimba, it looks like it's a cut on the head. And the Vietnam end is complaining. I don't know why they are complaining. The referee is absolutely right on this one. Yeah,
there was a late elbow.
Yeah, a late elbow into his forehead. The fans may not have seen it, yes, but we have the privilege of replay. So that was a good call by the lady in the center. Thanks, Nyahuye.
And of course, it was not malicious thing. When you say Mandivei, they was actually running for the ball innocently. But of course, because of your motion, the way you swing your arms when you are running, it was very unfortunate that Mandivei's elbow actually hit Murimba's head, and in the process suffering the damage. But again, we must point out that the referee quickly picked it up and stopped the play. And of course, fans may not have been happy with that call, but I think it was the right call by the referee to stop the play immediately and allow Maxwell Murimba to get attention.
Yes, indeed, as these fans continue to discuss the issue, it looks like tempers have to be calmed down there. Opinions will be different, and some people will hold their opinions very strongly as the game starts here with the drop ball. Mandivei in possession. Kwatizo flicking it forward. Agyemang has gone there, and the goalkeeper as well. Sliding tackle, and he goes down. I think Lennon Gonese need to learn something here, that you don't tease strikers, to attack you, because you never know. One of these days they'll come in with a late tackle, and you will get injured unnecessarily.
So I agree with you. And even if you look at the first instance that he had to struggle to deal with the ball, because he allowed the ball to come into his box, I would have thought that he was going to meet the ball and even try and play it even before it gets into his box.
Yes, indeed, as Dimbari are going forward. Chakona, Agyemang beaten to the ball. Chakona couldn't control. Gadzikwa guides it backwards to find Sangweme. Sangweme chips it through, back to Gadzikwa. The chest down doesn't work. And the referee has blown. That will be a free kick after Keith Madeira went down under a challenge. 22 minutes played here at Rufaro Stadium, and it's still 0-0. You may hear in the background the Dynamos choir singing in the Vietnam end as we watch the action once again on what happened to Keith Madeira.
Dangerous player, punished by the referee.
And Batito now lines up.
And suddenly they've come in, Stanley. This shows, I think they got into the stadium late, because we're only starting to hear them now. All along, they were not part of the story. So now they've come in.
And the shot taken straight at the goalkeeper, who seemed to have been surprised with the ball, and he's easily punched it away. That could have been dangerous if Zimbabwe players were attentive. They could have tried to shoot back at goal. Who knows? it could have trickled into the back of the net. It's still goalless as we drift into the 23rd minute. Throw in.
Looks like it's going to be a long throw from Captain Jalai.
Yeah, it's a long throw. And again, tussle for possession. Madeira. Nyawa tries to shoot. Batizo. Will he be able to stop this one? Yes, only just. Guides it backwards to Nyawa, who is looking for Madeira. That was Kadonzo rather, and that one goes out of play. Throw in to Dimbare, who are still attacking here. Kadonzo with the ball. Gives it back to Batizo. And another player is lying injured. Qwekwe United player is lying injured in the box. So play has to be stopped once again. Yeah, the first half, the first 23 minutes has been littered with stoppages, Joe, and who knows how many minutes will have accumulated come the end of the first 45 minutes.
Yes, I agree with you, Stanley. The stoppages that we've witnessed so far in the first 24-25 minutes of the game, I think have been too much for a half where we expect the two teams to actually go out at each other. I think the physicality of this game is now taking a toll on a number of players. We've had a number of disturbances or stoppages. Too much maybe for anyone's liking to see a beautiful game.
Yeah, and that looks like a ladies team finding their seats in the stands here at Rufaro Stadium, where Dimbare are hosting Qwekwe United. 0-0 the scoreline, and Dynamos immediately warming up their players just in case. Here is Mandivei. Kadonzo to Kwatizo Abel with a long cross inside the box, headed backwards, and the goalkeeper way out of office. Very lucky that the header wasn't good at all.
The header wasn't good at all, Stanley. But what I'm worried about, Stanley, is the goalkeeper's positioning, as well as maybe the way he gets himself engaged in play. For me, if that header had been sent across goal, it would have been a problem for him. That is Lennon Gonese. Maybe he's a bit jittery in Qwekwe United goal. He may need to make decisions that are proper and even productive. I hope he won't cost his team out of his being overzealous to get involved in play. At times, it may cost him.
Yes, it may be costly. And Dimbare getting another free kick for handling, but Nyahuya could have easily played advantage because Madeira had possession in a good-looking position.
Yes,
nonetheless, she is the decision maker, and this will be a free kick to be taken by the captain, Emmanuel Jalai. Jalai now picks away, ready to place the ball into the center. It is there, and again it rolls kindly. Magwaza tries to bring it back and miscues it. It goes completely out of play. Goal kick to Qwekwe United. Qwekwe United have been under pressure since the start of this game here, with Dynamos taking turns to miscue and fail to shoot. These are opportunities they may live to regret as the game progresses. Throw into Qwekwe United. Sangwe Menyasha to take it. Takes it short and plays it into the center. Ball clip through, headed away. This one will be picked up by Qwekwe United once again. Pasua will play it through. Gadzikwa to Nyasha Sangweme. Playing it to Gadzikwa. This looks dangerous for Dimbare. It's still Gadzikwa. Sangweme trying a shot, but good tracking there by Keith Madeira. And he plays the ball into touch. That will be a corner kick to Qwekwe United.
I think Qwekwe United will be happy that they've held Dynamos for close to half an hour and they haven't not considered a goal, and now they also had their own chances.
Yes, indeed, and this one scrambled away again. Lack of communication.
there was a ball handled in the box, but like we said earlier on, I think the flight of the ball was too close for it to be given as a penalty, and of course, as you see, Qwekwe United wasting their chance there. But otherwise, there was a contact of the ball with the hand. Look at it there, that bounce there. Yeah, there was a contact with the ball, but it was not given as a penalty because of the closeness. Look at it up there.
Yeah, in fact, it actually
chatted
Nyawa. It bounced, and he had no idea that the ball was there. And again, it's a correct call by the lady in the middle. That's Nyahuye. Nyawa trying to juggle with the ball, but it's taken away by Murimba. Murimba still in possession, and this is a good-looking shot. Easily taken away by the goalkeeper of Dynamos. As they play the ball forward. And again, careless play there by Dauda, who plays that one straight out of play. Dynamos quickly take their throw. Nyawa. Batizo lays it into the center, and Badera wasn't watching. Here's a chance for Songweme. And the guides it backwards. Murimbe. Pio has been ineffective in the middle of the park, and I think, yeah, that's a good call by the referee. So this will be a free kick to Qwekwe United. We're into the 29th minute, nearly 30, as we take a look at the incident. Murimbe went down, and that will be, the kick has since been taken. And, Makoni to Mandife, as the fans are still coming in here at Rufaro Stadium, clad in blue. They must be coming from the surrounding areas here in Mbare.
Or maybe their church service ended late this afternoon, and then they came into the stadium late. You never know. But what we think is they finally found their way into the stadium.
Oh yes, they finally made it, and swelled the numbers in the stands. Kadzikwa showing some good vision. This one comes through now to Jimbare. Poor pass, and that was the argument. Referee blows and gives Dynamos a free kick. That's penalizing Admayam Timbanyoka. And yellow card has been flashed there, and they will soon confirm who it is. On must be Dennis Dauda.
Dauda, yes.
Yeah, bringing down Frank Ageman.
That was a late challenge. The ball had actually gained ground, and Dennis Dauda there still had committed himself to the tackle, and of course he came out the worst out of it. Yeah, earning himself a yellow card. First yellow card of the day.
And Murimba still needing some pitching up because his bandage had come loose. You remember earlier on in the match he got an elbow accidentally from Mandive. He has got a cut on his forehead. But he's good enough to continue with play. As we see the Qwekwe United goalkeeper and these fans.
Some fans on their phones.
On their phones.
Are they catching up this from other games?
Yeah, maybe.
Or in other leagues, as it were?
Yeah, you never know. In this day and age of technology, they want to know what is happening. And again, wasted efforts. You know, these are the things. I was talking to some Dynamos fans. They wanted to know, what can we do to get goals here? And I said, look, you may not get penalties, but you will get a corner kick, you will get a set piece. Those set pieces must be practiced in training, and they should actually yield some goals if done properly. Look at this one.
Way
over the bar.
Yes. And I think also we need to manage our expectations, Stanley, to say, do we expect finesse out of the set pieces we get at this particular stage of the game, or we expect finesse to be developed at a younger age? Because at this stage, we are actually looking at players who now have mastered their art. This is not the stage where a player should be taught or trained how to shape and frame their bodies when they're addressing the ball. It is probably too late.
It is too late as the Jalai, and the goalkeeper had to use his boot That was a well-taken effort by the Dynamos captain. I think he should be the one to take that set piece. Magwaza. Nyawa beaten in the air. It's cleared away. Referee says play on. Neatly brought down. That was Timbanyoka. And in the end, Qwekwe United regained possession. Picked up by Nyawa, who lays it to the far side. And in the end, Timbare lost possession, but Agemang was chasing. That was a dangerous back pass. I don't think he looked around for any opponent there. Dynamos have got a corner as we take a look at this shot by Jalai.
That was a full-blooded shot.
It actually surprised the goalkeeper here to use his foot.
If that shot was actually either to the left or to the right of the inside of the goalkeeper,
that
it would have been problems. It
that
would have gone in. Yes.
That would have gone in.
Yeah.
But Gonese did very well to stop this one. Agemang again. I mean, he has us for possession, but somehow he lacks the accuracy. Sometimes he doesn't make the right decisions.
I liked the way he received the ball and shielded the ball from his opponent and then shot on the turn. Of course, the execution was not that perfect, but otherwise the movement and the technique, I think he got it right. Only if he could have had a shot at target, it would have troubled the goalkeeper. As we see Mark Mate there coming in to share his ideas, to share his thoughts and direct the team.
Yes, as we wait for this corner to come. Following a block from a Qwekwe United defender. Here comes the corner. Pinned away again by the goalkeeper. Spilling the ball, and Soldier Minuka complaining to the fourth match official. I'm sure for the ajibaji that's taking place in his penalty box. Here comes the corner has been stopped and the ref stops play for a while. The goalkeeper, Gonese, not happy with what is happening in the box. Well, it happens these days. The corner has come, and once again another corner.
The poor one.
Surely, very poor corner kicks. There is no one who is taking, care of set pieces.
Yeah, the corner kick couldn't even reach the 6-yard box.
Exactly. Now they've taken it short. The cross has come and easily dealt with. Jalai takes it away, but his touch was heavy. This one picked up once again by Qwekwe United. Good vision to Mumhari on the far side. Looks upfield, brings in a good looking cross, and Magwaza clears the danger. Nyawa will make sure it's safe, and he's brought down. But surely it was not necessary for him to flick the ball backwards, because there was a player who was on rushing on the far side.
That was an opportunity for a counter.
It is.
But he still wanted to be involved in play when he could have actually released a teammate who was on the run on the far side.
Yes, Pio. Poorly done, and it's taken up by Qwekwe United once again. Gadzikwa is giving it away. Good clearance by Magwaza. And this one drifts into touch. Throw in to Qwekwe United. Goal as it is. 36 minutes played in the first 45. Just over 8 minutes to go to the 90. Mandive nearly playing himself into trouble. Play continues. Gadzikwa still in possession, and this one goes out of play. And Jalai apologizes. Yes, Sangweme brings it down to the near side here. Long ball forward from Kativu. Headed away by Jalai. Gadzikwa brings it down. Pio checking all the time, and he's robbed of the ball. Kativu once again. Qwekwe United beginning to turn on the screw here. Enjoying a lot of possession. Here they are now. And finally taken away by Dimbare. He's being pulled backwards. Loses his boot. And
Saungweme, they're getting himself a card.
Yeah, Saungweme is in trouble. Yeah, some of the Dynamos players are not happy with what he has done. Maybe it was accidental,
Yes.
but no, he actually stuck his boot out to try and stop him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they were not running parallel. You know, I think they were crossing each other's paths. So in the process, he fouled him. Yes, that's a foul indeed. But I think now it's made worse by taking out his boot. Saungweme, they deservedly earning himself a yellow card there.
Yes, indeed, Qwekwe United, enraging the match official, the lady in the center. That's Nyahuye. So this will be another good position for Dimbare, who will be taking the set piece. Have they learned something out of the set pieces they've taken so far? That is the big question. Who, in your opinion, should be taking this one now, Joe?
I'm actually struggling to think of a name that can take a free kick from that range on behalf of Dynamos and actually get something out of it. Possibly Jalai. If I were to throw in a name, maybe Jalai. Because of the other Dynamos players, I haven't seen anyone who's convincing in the way they take their free kicks. As we see a Highlander supporter there, part of the crowd, and is there a bet to say who she's rooting for? Possibly Qwekwe United.
You never know. Look, her jersey has got the same sponsor with Dimbare. You never know. Maybe she's deciding to sponsor their partners. Yes, indeed. Let's see now that Dimbare, they're discussing it. A three-man committee of Magwaza, Mandivei, and Captain Jalai. Let's see, maybe Mandivei, but I haven't seen him take shots at goal. Jalai would be the best bet. Mandivei has taken it. It comes off the wall and it's out of play. I think he had done very well. The shot looked like it was on target.
Yes.
And
he went for the near post. I think he was going for the near post. Yes, as we see the flight there, he was targeting the near post.
Yes, indeed. And,
but of course, the header there cleared the ball away. That was Admire Timbanyoka clearing it for the corner.
Yes, and Timbanyoka doing a good job in the wall. Dimbare prepared to take the corner. Being taken from the far side. Confirmation of the scoreline and the time here at Rufaro Stadium. We're a few minutes, 5 or so, and the corner has been taken. And this one sails over the bar. No problems there for Qwekwe United, as Dauda and company are drifting back into their preordained positions. Here it is.
A glancing header.
Glancing header. And it went over. Konese to clear. This one carelessly done. It's out of play for another Dimbare throw. Jalai to take it. Takes it quickly. Yeah, and it's out of play once again. Another throw in to Dimbare. And this time it's all the way back to Magwaza, who decides to bring in the goalkeeper, Makoni. Wilson Makoni exchanging passes there, and finally takes a long one forward. Agemang is beaten in the air. Saungweme picks it up on the near side here, but taken away by Dimbare as they try to come through. And they've done well, and this one guided backwards. A chance now for Dimbare. Good goalkeeping there, and scrambled away by Qwekwe United. My word. He kept it on the ground. That was Agemang. Surely he should have done a lot better. Dimbare beginning to sense blood in this encounter. Kadonzo plays it through. And the captain robbed of the ball. Now it comes to Gadzikwa. Dimbare picked it up once again. Kadonzo. But again, no support. And it comes back to Gadzikwa. This one, Jalai slips and is taken away by Qwekwe United. Oh, well, taking so long to dispatch their clearances. and inviting a lot of pressure. Now another throw into Dynamos. Still 0-0. And this one kept in play by Pio. Agyemang heading it forward. Nyawa has got a touch and he's brought down once again. And the Dynamos fans are not happy with the number of fouls being committed by Qwekwe United. Well, I'm not surprised. Qwekwe United has got, a team that is actually aged. Most of their players born in 99, 95, 88, 86. So they know all about gamesmanship as Gadzipa there brings down an opponent. And I think Dimbare tried. That was Shadrack Nyawa. And in the end,
he was beaten, and of course his arm swung in the way, and of course that's a foul. It's an offense that ends Dynamos a free kick from a promising position, Stanley. But of course we still wait to see someone who can give us brilliant free kicks. As you see part of the crowd there, a mixed crowd that has come through here. The young ladies, gents, everyone. It's a family outing.
Yeah. Some of the highlights that took place before the kick was taken. This was a glorious opportunity. But it was on target, but I think the shot was weak.
And that's the incident.
That's the incident, of course, of the set piece. This one looked reasonable, but then Timbanyoka did very well to head it over the bar. So Makmate and Lloyd Chigove have got a lot of talking to do at halftime, which is only about a minute or so, depending on how much time we've lost during stoppages. We haven't seen the board going up as we see some fans enjoying themselves. It looks like it's what? It's going to be
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Let's wait for the confirmation. Jalai, again taken away. Pio plays it backwards. Yes, Jalai. Sometimes the confirmation of stoppage time. 3 minutes of stoppage time. And Shadrack Nyawa finding support. There's Pio. Anyway, goes for him. Jalai. Neatly beaten, but finally cleared away by Dimbare. And it's headed towards the center. Timbanyoka checking it backwards and finding Katifu. Here's Nyawa. Pio beating his man. The Mambare is fighting and wins it. Quickly plays the ball forward. As Qwekwe United are turning on the screw here. They would like to take advantage towards the end of this first 45 minutes. Can they get a goal and go into halftime leading? Your guess is as good as mine. As Mandive cleverly allows the ball to back to his goalkeeper. That is Makoni. Wilson Makoni. Chosen ahead of placing. It's a Prince Tafremutsai chance here. Oh! And the goalkeeper crashed into the side netting. My word.
And it's not looking good, Stanley.
It doesn't.
It's not looking good. The goalkeeper has just gone flat down. It's not looking good. I hope it gets immediate attention. At least we see some movement of him there.
Yeah, at least he's still moving, and hopefully the medics will be on him. These fans here trying to give their own opinion. Oh, he actually clattered into the upright.
Oh,
yeah. The ball was going wide from Agyemang,
yes,
but he clattered into the stanchion. So that must be very painful on his cheek. And we hope that it won't result in his substitution. So Chaminuka would like to make a tactical substitution rather than an injury-inspired one. As the fans continue to sing in the stands, the band sings in the Vietnam end, and Makmate and Loishikove getting interested as well, coming to the edge of their technical areas and calling on some of the players not involved to try and pass on some vital information. Yeah, the Qwekwe goalkeeper Andile Taruinga is down injured. And I can see the ambulance team is on the field. The stretcher is on. We could be seeing a substitution here because surely the goalkeeper didn't see the stanchion as he was trying to cover the ball, and he hit his head onto the uprights. And we continue to pray that, look, it's nothing serious.
Yeah, we hope so, Stanley. And
Yeah.
also, if you look at the momentum of his body, he was fully committed to save the ball, you know, which, fine, he was trying to save his team. But in the process, unfortunately, he hit his head against the upright post.
And it looks like they're bringing the ambulance on. Play has been stopped. If you see these technicians running,
Yeah, it's not looking good.
yeah, it's not looking good for Andile Taruinga. It's a head injury. And all hands are on the goalkeeper, who has been serving Qwekwe United in the first 45 minutes here so brilliantly, saving several times from Dimbare, especially Agyeman, the same player who tried to lob him, but the shot was wide, and Andile Taruinga was not taking any chances. Finally, they're
bringing another stretcher.
bringing another stretcher because he needs some
Maybe the first
protection
one didn't
just
put
in
himself
case.
purpose.
And everyone now
The beauty of
feeling,
football.
yeah, they must be feeling for the Qwekwe goalkeeper Andile Taruinga.
This is a girls' outing, isn't it?
It is a girls' outing. Same age, and clearly indicating that they love football. And the band still plays,
Yeah, they still have the energy. Yeah,
almost oblivious to what is happening on the field of play.
trying to push their team on.
Yeah, their main concern, of course, is their team, the team in blue. But Qwekwe United, by the way, they call themselves the Blues as well.
Oh yes, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
their traditional colors. Yeah, they are also their traditional color is blue. But of course, today they are playing as the away team, and they are looking like the Ivory Coast national team.
Looks like Andile Taruinga is up and about. He's a tough guy.
Oh, Lennon Gonese.
Lennon Gonese, certainly, yes. It's Andile. Oh, yeah. Andile Taruinga is the defender. Lennon Gonese.
Lennon Gonese.
Lennon
yes.
Gonese.
Yeah. It's good to see him up, bouncing, and also communicating with the medical team there.
You know what's confusing me here is because the way that the team sheet is presented,
Yeah, it would
the
definitely
first name you
mislead.
see from the top is Andile Taruinga, but Taruinga is actually playing infield. And Lennon Gonese
Lennon
is
Gonese,
written, is
yeah.
perched somewhere high up. You'd think it's a subtitle. And now I'm sure that's the team doctor,
making sure
that
Yes, yeah. You do not want to take chances.
the concussion protocols must be observed. And he has made his call.
He wants to continue.
Yeah, the goalkeeper wants to continue. But the doctor is saying no.
And look at the vibration of the nets.
Yeah.
His full body weight went against the goalpost.
Lennon Gonese defying medical advice.
Yes.
You
yeah.
could see their team doctor.
And look at him, he's living, laughing.
Yeah.
I hope it's not anything serious that is going to be that will go worse even after the halftime, even after the game. You know, because some injuries can be latent and then they manifest later. We hope it's not in that range. It's something that, as we see, the Valentine Calderon's volley. He wanted to loop the ball over the goalkeeper. They did been on target. Yeah, it would have been trouble for Qwekwe United. But unfortunately, it glided away from the goalpost.
Yes,
And at the expense of the Qwekwe goalkeeper, Lennon Gonese.
Lennon Gonese says that I'm ready. But of course, they've got time to assess him at halftime. 15 minutes in which to make a decision as the ball is played through. We've played 52 minutes of the first 45. And of course, these stoppages delaying the end of the first half. Here's a chance now for Ageman, who controls it, and the chance sliced again by Keith Madera.
Madera. Oh, yes.
I think when I look at it, the technique itself is wrong. It's not always that you have to shoot using your outfoot.
Yes.
You
yes.
need to, take it through the laces. That was a golden opportunity to hit it in the bottom corner of the nets.
And also, if you look at the range, Stanley, when you are in the box, there are times where it's not about force, but about precision.
Exactly.
Where you pick up your spot, place the ball, give it enough tight, give it enough bite, enough venom, just to go past the goalkeeper, but making sure it's on target and to get yourself a goal.
Yes.
It's not all about power all the time. It's about precision in some instances.
Well, I hope that Sol Chaminuka will be able to deliver that message at halftime. Zimbabwe come through once again. They lose possession. A chance here for Qwekwe United. They come through and headed away by Magwaza. Ball played in the area and it's cleared away by Gwatizo. Ball Gwatizo, it goes out. And a throw in quickly taken by Qwekwe United from the far side. Another clearance by Pio. Tassel into the center. Kit Madera. Qwekwe United continue to head the ball forward, and free kick. Murimbe fouled, and the ref has called for a free kick.
And it was a late whistle from the referee. Like she took time to make a decision and determine that I'll blow this as a free kick for Qwekwe United.
Yeah, you would think that she was looking for an advantage. Let's see. He goes down and...
yeah, I think the elbow. I think it's the elbow.
The elbow, yeah.
For Captain Emmanuel Jalai.
Wilson Makoni will have to watch this one,
Did he
but
go
again...
for ball from that range?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a wasted effort. That's a wasted effort.
I stand to be corrected. This calls on me to have a second look at our coaches. What exactly are they teaching, during training?
Yes.
What is it? Is it only about physical training?
Tactics only?
Yeah. I don't see much coming from the people in the technical area. Both sides failing to satisfy the basics. And the goalkeeper came out and makes a routine save.
Because in some cases, Stanley, you want to look at the probability of getting something out of a piece of play in football. What are the chances of you getting a goal from midway the half and you are going straight on target, and yet there's a goalkeeper who's still there to defend that ball, compared to someone sending the ball into the box and allowing a teammate an opportunity to finish off that move? So you're right, Stanley, by questioning that, to say, are we looking closely enough into this kind of things, or we're just talking about physical fitness? Are we talking about just tactics in a game? But what are the probabilities of a certain piece of action giving us the desired result?
Indeed, and it applies to both sides. Qwekwe United themselves are not covering themselves in glory either. But of course, for effort, they must be commended. They came here with a team that has got a few veterans in the form of Dennis Dauda, Alan Gadzikwa, and Kin Mambare. These are players who have been around for quite some time, and some of them, of course, they may not have made big names, in football. But for someone like Jelasin Tukwa, born in '95, as well as Sol Chaminuka Jr., born in '95 as well, he's a player who should have seen it all, and by now we should be seeing them now reaching their prime and giving us a meaningful play, so that these fans have got something to cheer about.
Yes, indeed, Stanley. And now we are going to half time, having not witnessed a single goal from either side. But one might say we are not surprised, because Dynamos haven't been scoring goals. If you look at the number of times Dynamos ventured into the Qwekwe United box, there's been multiple attempts, multiple opportunities, but Dynamos could not finish. But then you ask yourself, do we still have the spirit of Gifting Pariwa in Dynamos? Do we still have the spirit of Tauya Dr. Murewa in Dynamos? Do we still have the spirit of Evans Kwekwerere in Dynamos to finish these chances that they are creating? Dynamos definitely short on goals, which they desperately need.
Yes, indeed, as we now try and cross over to the studio where CNN is going to talk about the halftime issues, and the analysis will be following as well.
There's only one place to find all your favorites, but sometimes this happens. E16 errors are caused by a few different things, but they are easy to clear without fuss or queues. Just dial your country's USSD code, select Fix Errors, enter your IUC number, and select the error code E16. Or scan this QR code to download the new My DSTV app. Tap the Fix button on the homepage, select E16 error from the drop-down menu, and tap Clear Error. Staying connected to your home of entertainment is always in your control with DSTV.
ZBC Current Affairs, thriving for excellence and perfection in setting the agenda, shaping the Zimbabwean story and sustaining the narrative through detailed analysis and discussions, bringing to you polished live coverage of national events. We are ZBC Current Affairs, delivering to you the national budget, live parliamentary debates, independence, Heroes Day and Defense Forces events. We bring you insightful documentaries, special programs, and thought-provoking debates. ZBC Current Affairs. We are definitely Zimbabwean, telling an accurate, balanced, and unfettered Zimbabwean story.
Halftime then at Rufaro Stadium. As you saw there, it's still goalless. Two teams that desperately need maximum points. Dynamos in 15th position. They were 14th yesterday, but they're now in 15th. And anchoring the standings, the Gold Boys, Qwekwe United, number 18. Of course, if you want to know the other end, I'm sure you know. On top are the Panthers Moors on 18 points. Second place, Chinuchedu Simba Bora on 15, and Ngezi Platinum third, and Scotland are fourth. But the game that we are bringing to you live from the ceremonial home of football is Dynamos taking on Qwekwe United 0-0. And in the studio with me, there's still Jemba, there's Terence Malunga, and of course Chief Justice Majavi. I'll start with you, Jemba. Dynamos having maybe more cracks at goal. But if the truth be told, nothing really to get both sets of fans off their seats.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I emphasize that we're going to have such an encounter where both teams are trying to get the scraps. And this is what we have just been saying. And but they've had to seemingly have chances that they could have easily buried Dynamos. I think the last that we saw was Valentine Kadonzo, that one which normally if you're gonna place, then go for an input and place it pretty well. If not, just go for a volley, full volley, to ensure that there is power and there's precision in it. And from what we saw, well, he wanted to place it, but not quite. And obviously there hasn't been much goal mouth action as well from the other side. Well, Qwekwe have tried to get in the game. I'm pretty impressed by the left back, Sangweme. I think he has put in a shift. There's a lot of skill in there, and well, I'm just being lamenting that probably what we are seeing with Qwekwe United is a typical case where probably resources are hampering their performance. This is what we essentially have been seeing with Qwekwe United, but it's not a bad team. It's a team that has just had its own very off the field issues.
Yeah, sure. And of course, we sincerely, we are praying that Lennon Gonese, the goalkeeper for Qwekwe United, is feeling fine. They're going to have the medical team will have a look at him. Did you saw from those replays, the way that he cracked his head there upon that upright. Well, we will, as we say that, we will take a look at the highlights from this game here. No goals, remember, it's still 0-0. But here are the highlights as they come up straight from kickoff. And well, Dynamos, there was a chance tipped away by Lennon Gonese. And if you're just wondering, Gonese, yes, he's the son of former Warriors trialist Muzondiwa Gonese. Mukaona mafanfana anoita ndozvaita mudhara wacho is well, on the serious side of things. He's serious there, but as you can notice, picking a thing or two, the humorous side, the lighter side of things, and Chief Justice will remember Muzondi Wagonese very, very well.
You know, you are such a good guy, but very comic, you know. When it comes to this, you know, if you see whatever is happening to his son,
Speak up from
like
there.
I said it before off air, that it's more like what the dad was, you know. But very good goalkeeping, you know, I would say.
Yep.
Yeah, you could see it from the shot from Jalai. Technically, if he had gone with the hands or tried to put it on the chest, it could bounce off. But he used the legs, which is very good. And it went for a distance. It's good clearance, and I would say, he's one. I've watched him also.
Good goalkeeper.
He represented the army team in the Heroes twice, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, he's been doing so well.
Yep. Lennon Gonese Day, the goalkeeper for Qwekwe United, was with Black Rhinos and now finding a new home at Qwekwe United. If you noticed, I'd say that Tatenda Pasua, number 6, was on the bench. He was actually on, as we take a look at the stats, and I'll hand it over to you there just to get us through the stats there, Jemba.
Well, she was on target, and I think we have seen a fair share from Dynamos in terms of trying to shoot on target, but probably the on targets we have seen that the few punches from Gones as well, and obviously with Qwekwe United we haven't seen anything. Like I said, there isn't any goal mouth activity or goal mouth rate that they have posed to that. And in terms of possession, I think if we jump through down there, you'd see that Dynamos apparently is 52%. Well, which in any case, we have said it's a fair, it's a balanced match where both teams have also tried to possess the ball going forward. But maybe the challenge that I have at the moment with me is to do with the fouls there. Qwekwe United have conceded a lot of fouls, and it's incumbent on Dynamos to utilize, because I've seen most of those fouls are just around the box, and if they can have somebody who can really pack those, I think we're talking about Marino.
Marino muscle too.
He would pack those ones in, and I think this is also what maybe statistically we would have to check how many from those set pieces have gone in. I'm seeing that we no longer have those specialists in the league anymore. Those are half chances. We saw Declan Rice the other time. Bearing those similar, which takes a lot of training and practice to really put those in. And I think the players it's not the coach, it's the player that takes time to really perfect the art.
I'm just wondering as well if our coaches, our local coaches, are really, as we take a look at the injury again to Lennon Gonese, nasty. I just hope he is okay. You see, you never know with these head injuries. Sometimes you think he did say he wanted to carry on, but you can never really know. As we take a look again, ouch, that must have hurt. That must have hurt. I just hope the medical team can make a good assessment. Of course, we will be expecting them to do that. And if he does come back, he will come back fully fit, fully recovered, because he is a very good goalkeeper, the son of former Masvingo United, former Monomotapa, I did say former Warriors trialist, Muzondiwa Gonese, doing very, very well. We're just talking about Tatenda Pasua, the number 6 for Qwekwe United. On the original team sheet that we had, he was on the bench, and Sol Chaminuka Jr., number 5, was supposed to start. But I think Sol Chaminuka Sr. had a change of heart. He swapped them over. So that's why you see the number 6, Tatenda Pasua, is starting, and his son Sol Chaminuka Jr. is on the bench. Yes, the son of former Warriors head coach, former Dynamos head coach, who won the league title 4 years in succession from 2011 to 2014 at Dimbari. I'm just wondering what will happen in the second half. I know if you're a Dynamos fan, you're just hoping that your team strikes it rich this time around. And if you are Qwekwe United, you are hoping, as your nickname alludes to, that you will strike gold. Chief Justice, what do you think Lloyd Chigoe and Mark Mate the head coach and assistant, respectively, are thinking about now. Any changes? I see Leroy Mavunga is on the bench. Do you think that maybe sending on somebody like him might change the complexion of the game?
Yeah, I would probably, if I was them, I would suggest that and make a change. Bring in someone like Leroy who can dribble, use speed, control the ball. That's what is lacking now. Going for Dynamos, they are too much in a hurry. No one is taking responsibility to say, let me get the ball, let me dribble past the defenders. It's all about shooting, but with no targets. That's why there are so many created chances. So save for it. Okay, Frank is trying, but he's not a great finisher at the moment. But bring in someone who can, especially if you see they don't have much of a threat going forward. So we can neutralize in midfield, bring out one midfield between Nyawa and Pio. Then add an attacker, because they are the most wanting. For Qwekwe, it's a draw is good for them because they have traveled, and for Dynamos, it's not a good result. So they need to have more goals now. Yeah.
Oh yes, and the teams are just there is Mablanyo, that's Lloyd Tigoe, the Dynamos head coach. You heard him in the pre-match interview saying that yes, the pressure is definitely on, and this is the worst start by Dimbare since 2018, and they've only won once, haven't they? And they've lost the previous 3 matches. So what does he do in the second half? You know, we're just talking about the free kick specialists that we used to have in the past. We don't get them nowadays, don't we? And I was just saying, do the local coaches actually maybe try to instill that? We're talking about Maxo Marino Dube, as we see some of the substitutes warming up, part of the Qwekwe United Gold Boys outfit. This is good. This is good. He's smiling, just like his dad. It reminds me a lot of his dad, Muzodi Wagone, smiling, and it's great. He seems to be feeling fine. We will go back to Rufaro Stadium and rejoin Stanley Katsande and Joseph Nkani. I'll just tell you, those are 2 Liverpool supporters, and they are hoping that Liverpool win the EPL title today, later, when they play Tottenham, kickoff 5:30. Well, we'll have to wait and find out. But first, let them finish this second half at Rufaro Stadium. Dynamos nil, Qwekwe United nil.
Rufaro Stadium, and the 2 teams are now lined up. Dimbare on your right. They are now defending Dimbare and attacking the city end, while Qwekwe United in yellow and white are defending the city end and attacking the Mbare end, as we get underway here under the control of Thanks Nyahuye, who is the match referee this afternoon. Here is Gwatizo playing it through. Pio will pick it up. Agemang this time around, trying to work his way around the defender, but he can't. And this one is played into touch. A quick throw is taken. Here they come once again. Agemang inside the area. What a feeble effort. My goodness me. Nyawa.
And the fans are unhappy.
They are reasonably unhappy. They've got a very good reason to be unhappy. Oh, good pass now to Kadonzo on the right. He will bring in the cross. It takes some time. Kadonzo, look at what he's done. My
Very
goodness
selfish.
me.
For me, that was selfish. I mean, of course, strikers score goals out of selfishness, but in this particular instance, I thought he was going to lay the ball on for a teammate to tap in, and he went for goal himself, and in the process, look at that, he had worked his way out properly, and only to try and go for the near post. And yet there were many blue shirts around the penalty spot who could have done justice to that move.
That was
wasted
poor.
Opportunity.
That was a wasted opportunity. Wasted opportunity, as we see there. The shot into the side netting.
Kadonzo.
That was Kadonzo. Poor decision making. He had done well to get into that position, but the decision he made of trying to use the near post was poor, because it was heavily populated and there's no way the ball could have gone through. Gonesa is still in the side. They must have had a chance of looking at him. Makmate Whatever they said at halftime is not taking effect. Now Jalai, the captain, being called upon to take the set piece as Lloyd Chugove sits in his dugout. The chance here for Dimbare as they play the ball into the box inside the area. Murimbe heads it up but doesn't go very far, and Qwekwe managed to clear. Here they pick it up now with Gadzekwa. Murimbe tightly monitored there by Mandivei. He's doing very well, but again taken away by Murimbe. Poorly done by Murimbe. Pio will clear. Here's a chance for Chakona. He's lost sight of the ball, and this one goes out of play. That will be a throw in to Dimbare, to be taken by Nyawa. He's saying it's going to be a set piece. And throw in.
The referee saying throw in. Yeah. I think Dynamos players were taking their chances.
Yeah.
Of course, it's mind games. You know, those are things that you do in football.
Yes.
You take your chances on a decision.
It's a good looking cross. And Madeira couldn't reach it. That one goes on the far side. Jalai fights for it and wins it. Then it comes to Gwatidzo. Back to Makoni. Wilson. Gomi Mandivei. Back to Gwatidzo as Dimbare are trying to enjoy a bit of possession. Back to Mandivei once again. Gwatidzo. I remember him coming on as a substitute. And he has managed to cement the first team position. Shadrach Nyawa lays it to the far side. Lost touch. Again it comes back. Jalai is cutting through. Trying to slide it to the far side. Referee says play on, and the fans in this Vietnam stand think that there was a handling offense. But the ref didn't see that. Play continues. Now it comes to Qwekwe United. This one flicked through. Good play to Murimbe. But again taken away. Now it comes back to Chakona. And he guides it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Makoni. Dynamos must have been talking about the missed chances in the first 45. Madeira, well read by Qwekwe United, who are coming through here. Their veterans beginning to enjoy possession. Here's Gadzikwa, having too many touches, and in the end, he picked up the ball.
Yes, he's been penalized for handling the ball.
Exactly. That was a handball. Gadzikwa beginning to play like a 20-year-old. And the chance here now for... That was a good chance for Agyemang, but this thing was taken out. Now Dimbare immediately under pressure here. Murimbe. He's a strong guy. It's taken away by Gwatidzo. Murimbe still down. Pio. Poor touch once again. Headed on. And now finally, this will be guided backwards. Katifu. Bonese. Neatly taken down. Dimbare winning possession in very interesting positions as they go through now. To corner. And it's out for a corner kick. On the near side here. 0-0 the scoreline. We've just played 5 minutes. There's Gonese, the player who clattered into the stanchion right on the stroke of half-time. We thought for a moment that he wasn't going to come back. But he's back, and it looks like he's feeling fine. The doctors have had the chance to look at him. So he's been cleared of concussion. Here it comes now. Good catch by Gonese. Plays it well. Mandivei defending well. Here's Gwatidzo now. Keeps the ball in play. Good searching ball on the far side. Headed away by Katifu. Saungweme back to Katifu. His loose touch nearly gave the ball away, but it comes back to the goalkeeper, Gonese. And it will be a throw-in to Qwekwe United. It's taken short, back to Katifu. Good clearance. Headed into the center. Pio losing possession. Madera does well to find Nyawa. Nyawa plays a difficult one. Managed to come up with it, but he's taken away by Gadzekwa. And in the end, Zimbabwe have just one possession. Well, they're pressing high now, Dynamos, but they need to make use of these chances. Yes, Jalai to the byline. Jalai still fighting. And this one into the center. That's a close call. That's a close call. Kadonzo went down, but Nyahuye thinks that, look, there's no case for a penalty there. As the game resumes, let's take a look at it again. Yeah, Dauda was clever.
Yeah, it would have been a soft penalty.
Very soft, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
In any case, he never touched him. It's just that the Zimbabwe player was expecting a crude tackle. Here it comes to Gwatizo now. But it's taken away. The Zimbabwe player, Chakona, they're looking good this time around. No power in the short. And then it comes to commotion inside the area there. Chance for Chakona. And this one goes wide. No problem there for Qwekwe United, but a few anxious moments, Joe, because Zimbabwe have come back, flying in the second 45.
Yes, Dynamos have come in the second half, piling all the pressure, but it's still evident of what Dynamos has been crying out for, the finishing. When they get into the prime target area, Dynamos are not as efficient as they are doing in other departments. When they move in transitions from their defense through the midfield lines and into the final third, they are not as efficient as one would want them to be. That's why we see a goal drought at Dynamos.
Yes, indeed, there's a goal drought indeed. As Mambare takes it through to find Murimbe in a very good looking position. Qwekwe United here. Murimbe shaping up for a shot, but it's taken too long and it's blocked away. Jalai will take it up now, blaze it out, but doesn't get very far. And it's picked up once again by Qwekwe United. And the tackle has won it. Nyawa nearly gives it away. Jalai will make sure it belongs to Dynamos. Long searching ball looking for Chakona, headed away. Madera brings it down. Kadonzo with a heavy touch. Lucky for him, nobody was there. And he gives it back to his captain, Emmanuel Jalai. Pio guides it backwards. Magwaza to Mandive. Zimbabwe just giving each other a feel of the ball here. Here's Gwatizo now. Back again to Mandive. And it comes to Magwaza. Pio will take it up. Wide to the far side. Looking for the captain. Jalai guides it backwards. It's Magwaza once again. The Dynamos now have decided to keep the ball on the ground, but this time around it's lifted looking for Kadonzo for US Valentine, but again tightly monitored. And a lovely take there from Saungweme. This one he turns in field. And a tussle for possession. It's taken away by Dynamos. Madera has got possession. Nyawa on the near side. Flicks it forward, but it's taken away by Qwekwe United. I must say that Qwekwe United are defending well. As Magwaza plays the ball here. Pio. Near side to Gwatizo. And that one is easily dealt with by Qwekwe United. Now they're coming forward with Mambare. Keen Mambare, and the trip has ended Zimbabwe a free kick when Jalai was brought down. I don't know what you think. If I were the Dynamos coach, given the skills of Emmanuel Jalai, it looks like most of his good work is happening far from the opponent's goal line. I would have drifted him somehow close, to the opponent's goal line and draft somebody into the right back position. What do you think?
If you were to tell someone right now that Jalai is a defender, Jalai is a right back, you would think you are misleading them. Because Jalai is actually even productive and even more efficient when going up, when going forward, and even comfortable with the ball. He's got traits of a midfielder, not an outside old school defender. He's a player who can play even on the offensive.
Very comfortable on the ball, and he knows how to use it. Lots of skills in him. And this one goes out of play. Agiman giving away possession. Throw in to Qwekwe United. They've taken it now. with Andile Taruinga. It comes to Gadzikwa, who is impeded by Nyawa. Free kick given by Thanks Nyahuye. That would be a free kick to be taken. Jelas Masugutwa looking for Dauda, who was busy still giving instructions, and a clever play there by Gadzikwa. You can see that he has been around for a long time. Sangweme infield, picked up by Mambare. Now to Gadzikwa. This is dangerous. Playing it through on the near side. And Leo hits the upright and the cannons away. Very nearly went in there because the goalkeeper wasn't ready for a save.
Very unfortunate there for Qwekwe United. I mean, he had all the acres of space for him to send in a good shot there, but I think his execution, the technique, he went in with an out footer and then the ball curled far. That's Taruinga. I mean, wasted opportunity there by Qwekwe United. Maybe if he had taken another chance and went in further into the box, maybe something better would have come out of. But otherwise, a good chance that they created for themselves, Qwekwe United.
That was a very realistic chance of getting a goal. As Jalai for Dynamos plays it backwards, finding Nyawa Shadrack. Ball played in the area, headed away again by the Qwekwe defense. Peo to Nyawa, gets the return pass, lays it through Madera. Timbare trying to pick it up with Kadonzo. Impeded, referee says play on, and this one goes out of play for a goal kick. And So Chaminuka beginning to enjoy what he's seeing. His defense is looking very tight. They don't give space to opponents. And that opportunity there could have easily opened the scoring here at Rufaro Stadium by Taruinga. This is the effort.
It's coming as a warning, I think, Stanley. It actually grazed off the upright post.
Yes.
Yeah. A few millimeters, a few centimeters to the left, that would have been a goal for Qwekwe United.
Yes, indeed. Here it comes once again. Gadzikwa all over the place in the middle of the park. Taken away by Kwatizo. Nyawa with a sliding tackle. Gadzikwa, Qwekwe United turning on the screw. Headed away. And scissors kick from Andile Taruinga. Goes out, and in any case that will not have counted. The free kick has been awarded to Dynamos. As play continues here. Jalai. Mano Jalai still in possession. Finding Pio. Madera. He gets a lucky bounce. Jalai tries to get past his marker. This one goes out of play for another throw. To Dynamos. And the band is still playing. A chance here. Good looking cross in the center. That was a good header and a good block as well. Like I said, Qwekwe United very strong in defense, because that header by Kadonzo would have given the goalkeeper lots of anxious moments.
Yeah. And that block actually comes at an expense for Qwekwe United, as he's still down on the deck. As we see there, the Dynamos technical team plotting the strategy and how to get something out of this game. So that's Coach Kenneth Mate.
Yes, Kenneth Mate. As Dynamos prepare for their substitutions, they are showing the players how they want the job done. Yes, jersey number 14 for Dimbare, who is on the bench.
He's getting his briefing there.
Ransom Chingwara. Ransom Juria Chingwara is about to come, and Msukutwa is the player injured for Qwekwe United in defense. Yeah, the back four has been doing a fantastic job of Msukutwa, Dauda, Piri. They've been very solid at the back for the Midland side. It's still goalless here at Rufaro Stadium as we drift past the hour mark. 29 minutes left to play. And the band is still in full voice. It's an eye injury. Once again, we hope that it's nothing serious to have him substituted because of that injury.
it's good to see some life in the terraces. Yeah, fans still believe that they can get something out of it. That is the Dynamos fans.
Oh,
They're
yes.
still in song and dance.
Yes, indeed, full of voice. And the chance for Chakona once again. He's been getting into these positions, but Chakona was not productive. He plays the ball to his captain, Jalai. Lovely turn by Pio. He goes forward, tries a shot from afar. Jalai once again miscues. He wins it this time around. Skips around a tackle. Jalai plays it through. And once again, the shot taken. Somebody was sleeping on duty as Qwekwe managed to clear. That was Madeira Kif.
Desperate times for Qwekwe United.
And you can hear in the Vietnam stands the noise from the Dynamos fans who are now full of expectation. Batizo did very well. Laid it on, but Kid Madeira expected a shot. That was a lovely ball.
Defensive fleeting pass by Jalai.
A defender himself doing it to his opponents.
I mean, you're talking of Jalai. He's a gem to watch. He's an asset to Dynamos.
He
He's one
definitely
player
is.
to watch. It's Pasua, Junior Pasua.
Young Junior Pasua is actually Callisto Pasua's son, the second born. Yeah, Callisto Pasua, the former Dimbare coach, the former national team as well, who later went on to Malawi to coach Big Nyasa Bullets. And he won the league 4 consecutive years. That's a feat that will never be equaled.
He's a legend in the local games, and he's also a legend for the Dimbare family, because he's one guy who has won 4 league championships on the trot, and no one has ever done that in the local game. And we may struggle to get someone who can get that title or better that title record. And Pasua has done himself well. And of course, he won't be happy to see his son in that pain, but happy to see his son do his business on the field of play.
Yes, indeed. The son, of course, wearing the same jersey that Callisto Pasua wore while playing for Dimbare and the national team. Jersey number 6. Junior Pasua.
Marabundu Junior.
Marabundu Junior, yes. The fans are still waiting. That is Dimbare end. They are waiting for the goal that has eluded this encounter here. Still goalless.
Dynamos are making their change.
And out of your picture, Dimbare making a change. Yes, jersey number 14. Now there's a bit of confusion here. So it's Chingwara. It's Mambare coming off.
Okay, is the Qwekwe United substitution that's coming first?
Yes, King Mambare.
Mambare is coming out. And they're bringing in Robert Muchara.
It looks like they've abandoned that change. Let's wait and see. Because
Mambare is dropping back onto the field of play.
Going back on the field of play. The thing is, both teams would like to make changes.
So substitution delayed.
And coming in for Dimbare, they are taking out Kit Madeira and bringing in just number 14. That's Rensam Chingwara. Rensam Chingwara comes on, and Kit Madeira has left the field of play via the nearest touchline, which is good to see.
And now Qwekwe United are making their changes.
Qwekwe United, let's see how they will be making these changes. Looking at the way they are making these changes, what sort of message is Sol Chaminuka sending? Because I can see here that Robert Muchara is a striker.
He's coming in.
And just number 3, Tafazwa Mzenda, is a right wing back. So they want to solidify the defense, but at the same time, they also want to sharpen the attack.
Muchara is coming in, yes.
So Qwekwe United are not satisfied.
They've taken out
with
Junior
Pasua.
He's being pulled out.
Is being pulled out. Yes, Pasua's son calls it a day, and in comes jersey number 3, which is Tafazwa Mzenda.
He's coming on for Gadzikwa.
Yeah, for Gadzikwa. right wing back, but I think I stand to be proven wrong. I think that substitution was misplaced because Gadzikwa was the one pulling the strings in the middle of the park for Qwekwe.
the industry in the middle of the park. So maybe Coach Saul Chamluka is going for broke to say, I'd rather load more men up front and possibly get a goal. Maybe on the counter, since they are defending so well, probably they want to sting Dynamos on the counter. Just make sure they deliver precise passes up front and possibly hit Dynamos on the counter.
Yes, let's wait and see. Timbare take their corner here. Whistles from the Vietnam end are becoming deafening here. Thanks Nyahuye. Yet to blow the whistle. She's ordering the Qwekwe United defense. Gadzikwa still on the field of play. Yeah, gamesmanship from the veteran Alan Gadzikwa. Timbare finally take their corner in there, easily taken by the goalkeeper Gonese.
And he goes down.
He goes down. Gonese.
Now
Well,
you wonder
I
if it's actually a genuine injury or it's gamesmanship, you know.
Let's
Look at that
take
ball,
a
it's
second look
slighted
again.
in. Yeah. And there he is. Yeah. There's minimal contact, if any, Stanley.
Look, he's holding his knee.
Yes.
I didn't see any contact, but maybe he landed awkwardly. That's debatable. There, Masimba Mambare there. That's limited Chikafa, the former Qwekwe United striker. He also went ZPC, but of course he had come from Qwekwe. He's been shown a yellow card. I'm sure thank Nyahuye has had enough of his antics. So thank God we won't be having more of these stoppages.
Yeah, this game has been marred by stops and starts. You know, there hasn't been much rhythm or much action for us to enjoy a continuous play. There's, that flow in the football. We've got more starts, more stops that have started play in this game.
Here's Chakona once again, just kicking the ball high in the air. In the meantime, Agyemang for Dynamos is down, and the ref has stopped play.
Another stoppage.
Another stoppage.
Will this game gain momentum? Will this game enjoy free-flowing football?
I doubt that very much. Saul Chaminuka is also not happy with what he's seeing. I'm sure he must be complaining and asking the question, is Agyemang going to be shown a yellow card like the goalkeeper did, Gonese?
Yes. Yeah. So Chamluka asking a few questions there.
And some Dynamos fans
Stuffed of goals.
still have a lot to say about this. Yes, stuffed of goals. But I think Qwekwe United, when you look at the matches that they've played, the last 5 matches, they conceded 3 against Yada, 3-0, no reply. They went down 4-0 against Highlanders. They managed to draw 0-0 with FC Platinum. Then ZPC Kariba beat them 5-0. And they only registered their victory
Against
over
Bikita.
Bikita
Yes.
Minerals, 1-0. The Bikita Minerals themselves came here and managed to beat Qwekwe United.
Yes. And that means Qwekwe United is a team that is leaking goals at the back. And now you wonder why Dynamos haven't scored. I think it's a combination of factors. That Dynamos themselves are not efficient up front. And Qwekwe United actually a generous defense. As we can see that play there, as Atmeyang went for the high ball, and I think he landed awkwardly.
Yeah, awkward landing. That's why the referee is not penalizing anyone. But as we see there, the Ghanaian being ferried to the edge of the pitch so that the game can continue. Mark Mate there with your back to camera. And Timbare will start with a drop ball. Mandivei deep in his own half. Gets the ball forward. And Qwekwe United headed forward. Doesn't get very far. Here they come now. On the near side here is going to be Tarwinga. Tightly monitored by Gwatidzo. And he had his hands all over Gwatidzo.
Gwatidzo ending a free kick.
Yeah. So that will be a free kick to Dynamos. Still goalless here. And not much goal of action. Dauda to Gwatidzo. And the ball played through. The substitute has come on. Jalas Msukutwa comes back to Gwatidzo. trying to find his striker. Finally does do so. This is Kadonzo on the near side. Brings in a cross but doesn't get it. It comes off a defender for a corner kick. Here's Gonese. Ready to defend another corner kick. Surely if Dynamos had worked on their set pieces, they should have managed to get the goal. Here they come once again. And the Qwekwe United nearly creating their own problems. And neatly taken down by Pio. And this one goes all the way out. And
you understand what it will take Dynamos to get a goal against a team that is conceding an average of 2.16 goals per game. So in other words, you are always assured of a goal against Qwekwe United. But strange enough, Dynamos can't ride on that weakness on the part of Qwekwe United.
Yes, certainly it actually goes to tell you how weak they are up front. And Chingwara giving a challenge. Kwatizo wins it. Gets the return ball. And easily taken away by Murimbe. Now it comes to the near side here. Pio picks it up. Beats another player. Chingwara. Blocked once again. Timbanyoka. Referee says free kick to Qwekwe United.
I wonder, is this a game where you are going to see a late sucker punch?
It's possible.
Very possible.
It's possible because these two teams, they've had glorious chances. And this one will be taken away. And it rolls out for a corner kick. Mandive was in two minds. Now Dynamos will have to defend this one. 16 minutes to the 90.
Another substitution by Dynamos. They are bringing in Jerimani for VT, Valentine Kadonzo.
Yes, Jerimani comes on. Looking at Jerimani's profile here. That's just number 25.
He's an attacking midfielder.
An attacking midfielder, so he's adding a bit of firepower. That's Makmate, and that one punched over the bar. It was a good-looking corner, but the referee says it was already going out. Gibare pick it up now. But good covering there. Yes, Songweme now operating on the right-hand side. And this one drifts out of play from Jelas Masukutwa. So Taminuka pacing up and down in his technical area. Jerimani. Long ball forward. Headed on, doesn't get to the intended target. Still a tussle for possession. And once again, Jerimani gets a second bite of the proverbial cherry. That turns away, but then it's picked up by Qwekwe, who managed to clear the danger. That will be a throw-in from the near side, and Gwatidzo would like to take it. Quickly taken. Pio plays it back to Ebro Gwatidzo. Good looking cross inside the area. And the header, well, it found him in a very promising position. And again, Konese cannot do without these antics. If he was around during the days of Musa Mzanenamo or Babagari, I would have said he learned that from them. But he's too young to have seen
also
that.
Even Gift Mzazi from Dynamos.
Yes, Gift Mzazi from Zimbabwe. And this one will be cleared by Dimbare. Agyemang under pressure. Sukotwa. Nyawa fighting for the ball but loses out to Songweme. This one goes into the box and the goalkeeper takes it away. Jerimani gets the ball. Look, trying to get past his marker. Jerimani goes down. Free kick to Dimbare. And the crowd beginning now to get engaged, contesting every decision. They'll only approve it if it's a Dimbare one.
Yes, look at that, look at that. I think, yeah, they crossed each other's paths. But of course, Msukutwa's body, of course, he's stocky.
He's big and
he's bigger than Jerimani, and of course, he had the advantage in that play.
Yeah, you will get the benefit of doubt from the match official. Gonese between the sticks for Qwekwe. Watches this one carefully. Gwatidzo sends a good-looking one into the box. No Dimbare player. Jalai takes it down, but it was loose. Now he's under pressure. Murimbe drifts into the area on the far side. And this one from Songweme. Taken away by the goalkeeper. Yes, the two teams are looking for a sucker punch here. Chikona, and it will be taken away by the substitute Mzenda. It comes back to Mambare, slips it through Murimbe, but Dimbare take it with Mandive. Here they come once again. Dimbare Chingwara on the far side. Chingwara into the area, slips it through. The Agyeman goes down, and this one goes out of play. But a corner kick according to the far side assistant ref. And the Gonese not happy with that. Well, at least Dynamos are beginning to visit the opponent's penalty area in more often. Yes. But they need to polish up their act.
They need to polish up their act here, especially on decision making. I think there are times where we've seen Dynamos venture into promising positions, but their decision making, they've actually been taking the options that may not yield them much, but they must be wary of Qwekwe United hitting them on a counter.
Yes, as the ball comes through, Gonese drops it, and play still continues. Here comes Jerimani over the bar. No problem there. And even the band had stopped playing, expecting a goal from Jerimani.
Not a bad effort in that.
Not a bad effort, I must say.
It was actually one of the better deliveries that we've seen from Dynamos. But of course, that doesn't yield them anything. It's not a game of near misses. It's a game of actually scoring goals.
Yes, without goals, you can't win matches. There's Gonese contesting every decision. Typical gamesmanship from the Qwekwe United goalkeeper, Lennon Gonese, who made a miraculous recovery after clattering into the box. Demasimba Mambare, now the captain after Gadzikwa has been taken out. Long clearance. This one will go straight to the Dynamos goalkeeper. Plays it wide on the far side. Neatly taken down. Jalai turns one way, slips past his marker, brought down. Free kick, quickly played. Chingwara skipping past his marker. Will he deliver across? Still deciding. Chingwara, Pochikona. Dimbare are going through. Back again with Chingwara. Into the area. And Agyeman neatly taken away from him. That was Mambare. Mambare going forward now. This looks dangerous for Dimbare. They are all over the place. And the pass has been good. A chance now, but my goodness me. Straight to the goalkeeper. Poor effort from Karuvinga. Qwekwe United, surely.
Out his feet.
Yeah. They should have done better. Jerimani. And he's out of play. Jelas Masukurko doing a good job in defense. Yes, Gwatidzo clipping it forward. There aren't many players for Dynamos in the box. Jalai didn't have a good touch. And Magwaza races on the far side to keep the ball in play. Finds his co-defender. This is Mandive. The whistles are still coming through now. Picked up by Jerimani, or the whistles were for a Dimbare player who was down, and play has been stopped by the referee.
That's Jalai.
That's Captain Jalai, who gets up and says, look, I can continue. He's such a fighter. And the referee just making sure that he doesn't need any treatment.
I think Jalai is complaining to say I still still need to sort myself out. And the referee is actually focusing on the kit, on the dressing, to say, pull up your socks. Let's not see your shin pads.
Oh yes, so the ref will now restart the match with a drop ball. Again in favor of Dimbare because they were in possession. Batizo finds Mandivei. Here is Magwaza. Poorly done by Magwaza. But Dimbare have taken it away through Batizo. Agemang is beaten there. Nyawa. Taken away by Masimba Mambare to Mrimbe. And a foul by Jalai on the Qwekwe player. 0-0 the scoreline here at Rufaro Stadium. Less than 8 minutes to the 90, plus of course stoppage time. Will we see a break of the deadlock here? Go.
Yes, this is the hero's moments where a player will actually make a name for themselves if they find goal at this stage of the game. Both teams are desperate for a goal, and this is not a time where you make a mistake. It's a time where you actually turn out to be the hero of your team by doing something that's going to decide where the points go this afternoon.
Oh, here's Pio juggling the ball, and finally it's taken back to Mandivei Gumisai. Guides it backwards. Batiza doesn't waste time. Agemang has done well, and the ball is played through. And the Qwekwe United were struggling. Jerimani has picked up possession, but Dauda is the first to arrive, and he allows the ball over the byline using his experience, and that will be a goal kick to Qwekwe United, and it looks like Gonese would like to take it.
Yeah, Qwekwe United will be happy with a draw on the road, given what they've been going through as a team in the Midlands. I think a draw for them on the road will be a good result for them. If you look at the way they are applying themselves right now, they are about containing Dynamos' pressure and hoping to get something on the counter.
Yes, indeed. There's a pure pick-up possession for Dimbare. Jalai. Block there. Chingwara races up to try and collect. This one goes out of play. Throw in once again to Dynamos here. It's been littered with stoppages, this particular encounter. Here's a long throw for Nyawa. Makes life difficult for Pio. Finally gets it to his captain, Emmanuel Jalai. Dimbare going through with Jalai. Breaking loose on the far side. And the ball is played once again. It's good sliding tackle. Coming in from Dauda. He read the ball and situation very well. And made a very vital challenge. Here they come now with Chingwara Dynamos inside the area. Hitting the crossbar. Wow. Very nearly.
Very nearly. The ball just had too much elevation. But otherwise, Agmeyang would have been the hero for the afternoon. He timed his run into the box very well. Precise and on point. Good timing. But the finishing just let him down. The crossbar was just a shade lower than you would have wanted.
Oh, yes, indeed. As Gonese prepares to dispatch this one. In a goalless situation, just over 5 minutes left of play.
Look at that flight.
Wow, that was a good one.
The ball was sent in a free header. It was not challenged.
Yeah, virtually unchallenged.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe had he cushioned the contact with the ball would have looked down earlier than it did because it was in full flight over the crossbar.
Oh, yes, it was. And Qwekwe United in possession with Saungweme. Tries to play the ball. It's kept in play. Qwekwe United. What on earth was he trying to do?
There are times when you don't need to be cute.
Yeah,
be efficient. Be decisive.
Way offside, yeah. Chingwara was not Chingwara.
Msukuto on the ground?
Yeah, Msukuto on the ground after that tackle. And the referee didn't see that. He saw Chaminuka out of the picture, complaining very easy, not happy with the decision. He feels that he's being let down by the officials. That I think should have been a free kick.
That
should have been called.
Yes. Yeah. And even a yellow card for that matter, because even the momentum of the player, he went in full-blooded, and then in the process he couldn't pull out his feet. That was Jerimani. And some youths there enjoying themselves on the pitch.
Yeah, you will be popular, very popular tonight. When you go home, everybody will be telling you that you were on telly.
Yes.
Fiddling with your phone when the match was going on. And some of the fans here. And finally, Qwekwe is among the substitutes that are likely to come on for Dimbare. So Chaminuka demanding from his players for better action.
Dynamos are preparing some changes. Qwekwe is one of them.
Yes, Qwekwe and Ephraim Qwekwe, number 38. So Makmate and company have made their decisions. Chance here, but cleared away by Gwatizo. We had a decent day at the office. A chance here for them, but offside against the Murimbe. Free kick to Dimbare, quickly taken. Good turn away by Jerimani. And he's brought down by Msugutwa. That will be a free kick. Mambare just delaying the match by throwing the ball away, and the assistant referee just cautioning Mambare. Well, he knows all about this. Dimbare with Jalai in possession. Beats his marker. Good block, it's out of play. Throw in, quickly taken once again. As Dimbare are trying to turn on the screw here. They're definitely the hungrier side. Qwekwe United depending on counterattacks. That will be good for Qwekwe. Throw in on the far side.
Dynamos are making their changes, Stanley.
Finally,
we are seeing Ngwenya coming in, Ross Ngwenya, together with Ephraim Qwekwe. And we see, I think Tatenda Eric Chikona is targeted for substitution. Yes, yeah. We see Eric Chikona being pulled out.
Yeah, Eric Chikona, he had a glorious opportunity with that header, but he didn't direct it well. It went straight at the goalkeeper. If that one was on either side of the goalkeeper, that would have been a goal.
Yeah, so Ngwenya for Chikona.
Let's see Ross Ngwenya.
And they're also pulling out Shadrack Nyawa.
And Qwekwe is a centre forward. And Makmate sharpening his attack here. Trying to tell us that there's nothing to defend.
And even Qwekwe United are making their own change. They are bringing in Mutatu.
Yes, Mutatu comes on. Farai Mutatu. He's a striker. So both teams are looking for goals, and they're pulling out the veteran Mambare, Mambare.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's a misdirected one.
Yes, Mambare, I thought he was doing something. He was showing something.
He's the one who was actually winning possession.
Yes.
And there he is, handing over the captain's armband.
And he's familiar with this particular pitch.
Yeah, very familiar. Even the crowd, he's played for Dimbare before. So Matatu comes on.
This is the ladies' team, huh?
It is a ladies' team that's come here to enjoy themselves. Qwekwe United now in possession. It's played on the far side. Saungweme, but it's taken away. Trying to find an out of position Agemang. 5 minutes of stoppage time. 5 minutes to the 90, according to Feng Nyahuye.
And you see Makmate actually turning out to be the ball boy, making sure he's capitalizing on every minute, and Qwekwe United will not have any of that.
Oh yes, gamesmanship, of course. Murimbe is taken away by Mandivei, who blasts it forward. And Agemang can't control it. Agemang may be full of running, but in my view, he lacks authority. He doesn't fasten on to possession easily.
Yes.
He tends to do things the difficult way.
And at times he rushes his decisions.
Yes, Shingwara. But it's being tightly monitored and is taken away by Qwekwe United. If they can break here, here's Taruinga. But again, ball played through. Murimbe, taken away. Qwekwe United. And this shot is feeble. Makmate is virtually helping the players in performing.
If he had his way, he would sneak in and be one of the players.
Yeah.
But, well, look, he's anxious.
Very anxious.
Very anxious. He needs a goal. He needs a result.
As they come now once again, Tibare, but it's taken away by Qwekwe United. Now they've given it away. There is Ageman giving away possession. Like I said, he is not smart. Jalai will have to rest back to win possession. Takes it away. And finally all the way back, and
A fan there.
Fan there.
Who would have done things differently? He's not happy with what he's seeing on the pitch.
Exactly. Nearly 3 minutes of the 5 already played. As Qwekwe United are putting up a fight here at Rufaro Stadium.
Anxious moments for fans there.
Yeah. He's a die-hard Dynamos fan.
Has more questions
From
than
years
answers.
back, yes. The clearance. Free kick. Given to Dimbare, the substitute upended there, Rosengwenya.
Look at Makmate, not happy with what he's seeing here.
It certainly knows that we should get goals. Because the defense looks quite good. Very
Yes,
good, I
yes,
must say.
did tell you. And
The defense looks very good.
for Dynamos, it's not about playing well. I
Yeah.
think now it's about just getting a result. How the result comes, it may not matter at the moment. It's just about getting the goals and getting the results.
Yes, for Qwekwe United, I must say they've done very well on the road as the ball is played once more, and this one will roll kindly out of play. Throw into Dimbare. Batizo. And it's picked up once again. Dimbare, edge of the area, Ngwenya, Ross. Slides it through, Peo. To his captain, Jalai. Jalai plays it short. And now he's being forced backwards. He goes down. And that will be a throw into Dimbare. For a moment I thought it would be a free kick, but no. It's easily taken.
As a free kick.
Oh, given us the free kick.
Yeah, Pio took it early.
Pia took it early. Let's see now. Yes, Chingwara. But I think, well, it's a good shot, but then he's too far from the goal line.
Too far to bother the keeper.
It's
And
a
I don't
waste.
know how confident you will be to take a goal from that range. And more so when your team is desperate for a goal. Look at some exchanges from the terraces there.
Well, emotions are running high. Somebody must have said one word too many. And here is Konese. Anytime now the ref will blow. 95 minutes have been played. Qwekwe United with Murimbe. Can they get a last minute goal here? Cleared away. And it's taken away by Ageman. Finally cleared. Quick throw from Dimbare, who are desperate now for a goal. Here they come once again. This is a chance for them from Qwekwe. Nobody in the box. And this is cleared away. Anywhere goes for Qwekwe United.
Miss kick by Mr.
Yeah. And now Thanksy has put a whistle to her mouth. She'll be blowing any minute from now. Throw in taken. And this one back into the center. I'm sure she will allow this attack to end. And finally, Pio picks it up. Gwatizo. He's taken it away from his marker. Gwatizo had a good day at the office. And Mandife was caught ball watching. And the referee blows to end the match here at Rufaro Stadium. 0-0 the scoreline. A bit of a ding-dong affair, but in terms of effort, I think Dynamos had more effort. Qwekwe United came up with a bit of classy play from the back. They managed to prevent Dynamos taking full advantage, and it ended goalless here. And still questions for Mablanyo and company in the Dynamos technical area. As for Sol Chaminuka, I think after failing to pitch up for a match, you go away and pick up a point, it's good going. Otherwise, when they talk at at the end of the match here, I'm sure Sol Chaminuka will be speaking glowingly to his team But for Dimbare, they'll be worried about their strikers for missing too many chances.
Yes, I agree with you, Stanley. It's a game where we saw desperate Dynamos, who are desperate for a goal, and a goal still eludes them, even at their base at Rufaro Stadium. And then, of course, kudos to Qwekwe United, who came in and put in a spirited performance, solid at the back and hoping to break Dynamos on the counter. And Dynamos will still ask themselves questions to say, where are the goals going to come from? Perhaps an indication when a call for a striker, a gunslinger for Dynamos. Hopefully Dynamos will be able to do some business in that department in the window period that is coming in a few months' time. But still, more questions will be asked. Where will Dynamos get their goals from? But Qwekwe coming out as good travelers, they'll be happy with a point. Despite all the troubles that they have in their camp, they'll be happy with a point. They'll go away saying, Dynamos doesn't beat us.
Yes, indeed, they can say that now with their heads held high. But of course, they will have to improve a lot because they are at I think, close to the basement. So is Dynamos as well. But Qwekwe United, as newcomers, they need to start picking up points here. You know, drawing away from home is good going, and possibly post another victory at home, then they will be safe as the season progresses. Now I'm looking down our touchline here. I can see that very soon we will be going down to have an interview with Lloyd Chigove, the Dynamos coach, and they'll soon be ready for us. Let's try and cross over there for the interview with the Dynamos coach, Lloyd Chigove.
Well, coach, another draw at home. Is this a case of 2 points lost?
Yeah, definitely we lost points. We created goal-scoring opportunities. We were on top of them for nearly 90% of the game. Yes, here and there they got their chances through breaks, but I thought we were the better side all throughout. Unfortunately, again, we failed to convert.
Disappointed are you with the result? Looking at the situation, you
I'm disappointed, sick, and I can the boys for not giving every. Unfortunately, opponents also were determined to buy time, and they fought for their lives. At the end of the day, probably they deserved the point they got, but I thought we were the better.
And despite the lean result,
I think it's now a question of them being patient with. You can see that on a good day, they are a very good side. They can overrun any team. It's unfortunate the results are not coming. Hopefully, probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll strike it right.
Lastly, coach, there's no time before you regroup and you go to Sumbanje. A difficult venue?
Obviously, very difficult. Not going to be easy, given that we should maximize on home advantage. But you never know with football. Probably that's where we'll resurrect.
Thanks, coach. Better luck next time. Okay, joining now is Qwekwe United coach Socha Minuka as he comes through just to give us his sentiments on the match. Coach, 1-0 draw against Dynamos after a turbulent week. Are you satisfied with the result?
I am more than happy. The boys said, let's go play. And play they did. And I think you just can't ask for more. They did a good job. With a little bit of luck, we could have even taken the game. And I think we looked organized and we had answers, you know, for a number of questions asked on the field of play, and that's what you want as a coach. When you give players feedback, you also expect them to give you feedback, which is what they did today.
And what does this mean in terms of the spirit of the boys after what happened? They come back with such a performance.
Obviously, the spirits are high, and the good thing is we are playing tough teams this week, right? We are playing 3 games, all of them very tough, right? And I am sure that this game, they are going to be drawing confidence from it. And come Simba at home on Wednesday, we should be able to scratching all points because we're at home.
Thank you so much, Coach, and all the best on Wednesday.
Thank you, Baba.
Well, Matibaba Sol Chaminuka hoping that they will scratch all 3 points against Chinuchedu Simba Bora in their next midweek encounter. So this result leaves Qwekwe United still anchored at the bottom of the standings. And for Dynamos, they've just swapped places with Caps United. Dynamos back to 14th and Caps United back to 15th. So the three, at least maybe one of the three Highlanders are in 7th. Right, Jemba, quickly your reflections on this game.
Well, I thought it was going to end in a draw, and a draw it was. And I saw.
So congratulations.
I saw none of the two teams really getting away with it, and we can actually see from the possession. Look at all the stuff that are there. It speaks to a team that we're equally poised, or we're equally putting in their all. Obviously, I'll then have to quickly go on the fouls committed. You see 15 against 7, then poor Qwekwe United was under pressure, and probably to try and stall it, they had to go all in.
And Chief Justice, still the victories just won't come for your team.
Yeah, a difficult moment, Such games, losing points and looking ahead, you're gonna face the same fate. So it's time for them to justify.
Yeah, the stats.
Yeah, I can see here about he spoke about the fouls. You look at the corners here, shots on target 7, but not converted. But it's bad.
Yeah, well, those two teams are back to the drawing board for Dinamo Dimbare and the Gold Boys. 0-0 it ended. Well, that's just about it. It just leaves me to thank Terence Malunga, Jemba. I hope to see you again next time, Jemba.
Always a pleasure.
And well, Chief Justice Majavi still waiting for a victory for his team. The goals are not coming, but always happy to see you.
No, thank you, legendary.
All right. Okay, so do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everybody from the ZBC TV Sports crew, fronted by our producers Stuart Shoriwa, Bevan Shinurai, and Tinashe Manyoni. We will leave you with the highlights from Rufaro Stadium from the goalless encounter today. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.